Well, still with this story, our reporter Mike Maringa spoke to the ANC provincial spokesperson in Limpopo, Donald Salamolela.
We are outside the provincial headquarters, the government offices, where the Premier of the province, Stan Mathabata, and ANC Secretary Soviet Lekhanyane were outlining the way forward after having gone through the forensic report. We have learned today that 7 of the mayors who were deployed in various municipalities in the province have been recalled by the ANC. It must be a very somber mood within the ANC after having decided to go through this route. And let me bring now the spokesperson of the ANC in the province, Donald Slamlel. Mr. Slamlel, we have just heard the Premier and the Provincial Secretary saying that they had to take a very difficult resolution to recall some of the mayors. How is the mood in the ANC after having gone through such a difficult exercise?
Look, first and foremost, I must reiterate the view of those, the Provincial Secretary and the Chair, that it has been a very, very difficult decision. You know, having to deal with such a schedule of such a huge number of mayors at a go, it has not been a very easy decision to arrive at from the ANC point of view. But look, at the end of the day, we are happy as the ANC that this VBS matter, which has been in the public for way too so long, and to the extent that people were starting to say we are trying to hide or defend so and so, is finally coming to an end, which is very, very important for us. It will come to an end, give us a space as an organization to breathe, give us a space as an organization to deal with our campaign. We have a huge task, as the Provincial Secretary and the Chair have said earlier on, that we have a difficult task. The difficult task that we have is to once again go and request a popular mandate from our voters so that we can continue to advance the revolution, we can continue to advance development of our society and creating a society in which a better life for all vision will be realized.
And yeah, this decision was taken in the midst of a list conference. We understand over the weekend you had your list conference. Will this not divide the organization, and what has been the response of the affected mayors?
You would remember that one thing that the ANC, especially the Provincial Executive Committee, has done, one, it has resisted the pressure from external forces or any other person for us to hurry up on the matter, because we wanted, as the Chair and the Secretary have earlier said, we wanted to be clinical. We wanted to be clinical so much so that each and every member could be able to accept when we arrive at this determination, including those that are involved, that we have done everything to certify ourselves, to certify the process. We have said to you earlier on when we were discussing with you earlier towards at the beginning of October that we are going to request a space so that we become clinical, we become thorough, we are able to provide answers, certify not only ourselves but also the process, so that when we arrive at this determination, we know that it will not divide our organization, it will also not divide the society. So at this point, we are very, very confident that the members of the ANC, including those that are affected, will rally behind this particular decision as the only decision that the ANC could have arrived at under circumstances that we actually find ourselves in.
Mr. Slamlel, I know you need to rush to finalize the list conference, but I need to understand what will happen. What is the future of these officials that you have that were recalled today?
Look, from here, this is what's going to happen. What is going to happen is that the regional executive committees in all the affected municipalities will have now to kickstart the process of replacing these mayors who are affected. We do not have exact time frame as to when exactly will they be able to do that. They will have to look internally into the capacities that is there, the issues that was touched on relating to capacity of our cadres, look into the capacity, who can be acting as they are busy looking for the replacement. From there, they'll also be able to say, where do we redeploy, whether these comrades will remain in the council, whether we're going to redeploy them to other positions, or whether we'll just not redeploy them for now. But the fact of the matter, which we need to emphasize, is that this process in itself is not a punitive process. Even if we are to take them through a disciplinary process, as earlier alluded that there might be possibility of disciplinary process in some instance, it would not be about being punitive. It will be based on corrective and continuing to build the cadres of the movement who can serve the movement with utmost loyalty, dedication, and determination.
That was the ANC spokesperson, Donald Silamulela, indicating that it was a very difficult decision that they had to take. It felt like hanging their own, but it's not a punitive decision. They had to go through that process because money was spent. We must also understand that we still have an outstanding matter of 2 senior officials in the PEC whose matter is dealt with from the national level, and up until such time they have requested the 2 to step aside. We'll see what will happen going forward, but for now the ANC had to take that difficult decision, and that's where we are now, and it's now back to you in the studio.